The night sky has always held a profound mystery, a canvas for our deepest fears and wildest dreams. For generations, humanity has gazed upwards, captivated by unexplained phenomena, by lights dancing in the darkness, and by the tantalizing possibility that we are not alone. This fascination with unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UPE, has seen a remarkable resurgence in recent years, with governments worldwide now openly acknowledging and investigating aerial events that defy conventional explanation. But what happened on September 12, 2025, over the skies of Shandong, China, transcended mere fascination. That night, the heavens erupted. A sudden, blinding burst of light tore through the darkness, followed by two deafening bangs that rattled homes for miles around. Almost immediately, a widespread belief took hold. Something extraordinary, perhaps even extraterrestrial, had been intercepted and brought down from the sky. The immediate aftermath of the Shandong incident was not one of official statements, but of raw, unfiltered human reaction. Within mere minutes of the blinding flash and thunderous booms, Chinese social media platforms, primarily Weibo and WeChat, transformed into an unprecedented torrent of activity. Posts, photos, and shaky videos, often captured hastily on cell phones, flooded timelines. The sheer volume was staggering, a digital testament to the widespread impact of the event, a shared experience that transcended regional boundaries. People from different cities and provinces, all witnessing the same inexplicable phenomenon, began sharing their experiences in real time, their words laced with confusion, awe, and unease. Eyewitness accounts poured in, each adding another vivid layer to the unfolding mystery. One resident, clearly shaken, reported, "I heard two massive explosions, then saw a fiery object falling." Another described it, stating, "It looked like a star, then it broke apart," painting a picture of something disintegrating dramatically in the night sky. The physical impact was undeniable, with numerous individuals reporting, indicating a significant concussive force that resonated through structures and nerves alike. These were shared experiences across a wide geographical area, creating a mosaic of fear and disbelief. The speed at which these reports disseminated was truly unprecedented. In a nation where information can often be tightly controlled, the organic grassroots spread of these first-hand accounts bypassed traditional media, creating an instant national conversation. Hashtags related to the Shandong incident trended within minutes, sparking millions of discussions, theories, and pleas for answers. The digital sphere became a collective forum for bewilderment, fear, and rampant speculation, a place where ordinary citizens tried to make sense of an extraordinary night. What made these accounts particularly compelling was their striking commonality, a consistent narrative emerging from the chaos. Despite originating from diverse locations and individuals, recurring themes emerged with remarkable frequency. Nearly everyone described a luminous object, a bright, unidentifiable light source that moved across the night sky. The two distinct bangs were almost universally reported, suggesting a powerful, sequential auditory event, and the description of falling debris or a fiery object falling consistently pointed to something descending from the atmosphere after the initial event. These shared observations, collected instantaneously from thousands of independent sources, formed the initial, unofficial narrative of what transpired over Shandong. It was a story told not by official channels, but by the collective urgent voice of a startled populace, frantically piecing together fragments of a truly shocking night, desperate for an explanation. In the wake of the spectacular events over Shandong, a striking silence descended from official channels. While social media buzzed with millions of posts, photos, and videos, and the public clamored for answers, the Chinese authorities offered virtually no immediate communication. This stark absence of official statements, in a nation where information is often tightly controlled, and government pronouncements are typically swift and definitive on matters of national significance, only served to deepen the mystery, created a vacuum, a fertile ground where speculation, rumor, and fantastical theories could take root and flourish. This official reticence, rather than quelling public curiosity, inadvertently fueled it. Without a clear, authoritative explanation, the collective imagination of the populace ran wild. Conspiracy theories began to circulate with astonishing speed, ranging from secret military experiments gone awry to clandestine foreign operations. Most prominently, however, the incident became a magnet for unidentified flying object, or UFO, speculation. For many, the unexplainable lights, the powerful bangs, and the apparent disintegration of an object in the sky pointed to only one conclusion: something not of this world had been intercepted. Yet, amidst the swirling vortex of conjecture and UFO narratives, a more grounded, though equally complaining theory began to emerge from online discussions and expert analysis. This theory, which would ultimately become the most prominent and widely accepted explanation among many observers, posited that the Shandong incident was in fact a sophisticated missile intercept test. Such tests are a critical component of modern military defense strategies, designed to prove and refine the nation's ability to protect its airspace from incoming threats. The mechanics of a missile intercept test are complex, but follow a relatively considered pattern. It typically involves two primary components, a target missile and an interceptor missile. The target missile is often a decommissioned ballistic missile, repurposed for testing, or a purpose-built drone designed to simulate an enemy threat. This target is launched into the atmosphere, following a predetermined trajectory. Simultaneously, or shortly thereafter, an interceptor missile is launched from the ground or an airborne platform. Its mission is to track, lock onto, and physically collide with the target missile, destroying it in mid-flight. From an observational standpoint, such an event would perfectly align with many of the eyewitness accounts from Shandong. The launch of the target missile, followed by the interceptor, could easily appear as a luminous object ascending into the night sky. The moment of interception, a high-velocity collision, would undoubtedly generate an intense burst of light, consistent with the star that broke apart, or fiery object falling descriptions. Furthermore, the two distinct bangs reported by so many could be attributed to multiple sonic booms, one from the rapidly accelerating interceptor missile, and another, potentially more powerful one, from the mid-air explosion and subsequent shockwaves generated by the impact. This theory therefore offered a plausible, albeit still unconfirmed, explanation for the dramatic events that unfolded on September 12, 2025. The visual evidence from that night over Shandong, primarily sourced from countless cell phone videos and photographs, presents a complex puzzle. Eyewitnesses consistently described a luminous object in the sky, with many accounts suggesting it broke apart into multiple pieces, like a star that broke apart, or a fiery object falling. This observation is key to understanding the event's nature. Several atmospheric phenomena and technological events can manifest as bright lights. Missile launches, especially at night, create brilliant plumes. Re-entry of space debris or meteorites can produce spectacular, fiery displays. Even high-altitude aircraft can appear unusually bright. Differentiating these based on often blurry and distant visual evidence is challenging. Analyzing the reported trajectory is critical. Were movements consistent with known missile test corridors or typical flight paths? A missile intercept involves two objects on intersecting trajectories, culminating in a collision that dramatically alters their paths and appearance. Equally compelling are the auditory accounts, the two loud bangs that reverberated across the region. These powerful sounds point directly to sonic booms, occurring when an object travels faster than the speed of sound. Two distinct bangs suggest multiple sources or a complex sequence. If the incident was a missile intercept, both the interceptor and target missiles, traveling at supersonic velocities, could have generated sonic boom. The timing and intensity of the bangs could indicate their origin, from the interceptor, the target, or the violent rupture of their collision. Perhaps as telling as what was seen and heard is what was not seen. Despite widespread public observation, there were no clear, confirmed images or reports of conventional aircraft in distress. If a civilian or military plane had crashed, its visual and auditory signatures, including identifiable wreckage and distress calls, would be very different. The absence of such evidence strengthens the argument against a conventional aviation incident. Furthermore, no official confirmation of any debris fields exists. The lack of publicly acknowledged or confirmed debris recovery adds another layer to the enigma, feeding into the mystery. To truly deconstruct the evidence, it is vital to consider how experts differentiate various phenomena. Flares burn brightly but descend slowly, without sonic booms. Meteorites, while creating light and sometimes sonic effects, usually burn up completely or leave specific fragments. Missile intercepts, however, often involve rapid ascent, intense light at impact, and multiple sonic booms. The characteristics reported from Shandong, a luminous object, breaking apart, followed by two loud bangs, align more closely with expected signatures of a high-altitude intercept. Without official data, radar tracks, or recovered fragments, any conclusion remains speculative, leaving the incident shrouded in ambiguity, fueling public debate and fascination. To properly contextualize the Shandong incident, it is crucial to understand China's formidable and rapidly advancing military capabilities. Over the past several decades, China has invested heavily in modernizing its armed forces, transforming into a global military power. A significant focus of this modernization has been on missile technology, particularly in areas critical for national defense and strategic deterrence. Among these advancements are sophisticated anti-ballistic missile, or ABM systems. These systems are designed to detect, track, and intercept incoming ballistic missiles, offering a crucial shield against potential attacks. Developing and testing ABM capabilities is a complex and continuous process, requiring frequent exercises to ensure their effectiveness and to refine the technology. Such tests often involve launching target missiles and then intercepting them with defensive missiles, creating events that can be visually and audibly dramatic. much like what was reported over Shandong. Similarly, China has also made significant strides in anti-satellite or AST's capabilities. These systems are designed to neutralize enemy satellites, which play a vital role in modern warfare for communication, navigation, and intelligence gathering. AST tests, while less frequent, can also involve the destruction of objects in orbit or suborbital trajectories, potentially generating spectacular visual phenomena as debris re-enters the atmosphere or is intercepted. The testing of both ABM and ACT systems is considered vital for national defense, deterrence, and maintaining strategic parity with other major powers. These exercises are often conducted in designated test ranges, but their sheer scale can sometimes lead to observations far beyond these restricted zones. Historically, China has publicly acknowledged various missile tests and military exercises that, to an untrained eye, might produce visual signatures similar to the Shandong event. For instance, the launch of a long-range missile, or the interception of a target drone, could easily be mistaken for an unidentified aerial phenomenon by the general public, especially without prior notification or clear official explanations. Regarding unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UPP, China's official stance and public discourse have historically differed significantly from that of Western nations. While countries like the United States have seen an increasing trend towards transparency and official discussions about UP, China has maintained a more reserved approach. There have been sporadic reports of UFO sightings in China over the years, often met with either silence or conventional explanations from authorities. The lack of open official statements or detailed investigations into such incidents contrasts sharply with the growing public and governmental interest in UPE in the West. This disparity in information sharing creates an environment where, in the absence of clear official explanations for events like the one over Shandong, the public is naturally quicker to jump to UFO conclusions. The information vacuum, coupled with a general fascination with the unknown, allows extraordinary interpretations to take precedence over more conventional, albeit unfirmed, military explanations. The Shandong incident, regardless of its true nature, quickly transcended a mere event to become a powerful narrative, shaped by a complex interplay of human psychology, the dynamics of social media, and underlying geopolitical currents. From a psychological perspective, the human mind is inherently wired to seek patterns and explanations, especially when confronted with the unknown. When an anomalous event occurs, like a luminous object breaking apart in the night sky, cognitive biases often kick in. Confirmation bias, for instance, leads individuals to interpret ambiguous information in a way that confirms their pre-existing beliefs, whether those beliefs lean towards extraterrestrial visitation or advanced military technology. The allure of the extraordinary also plays a significant role. The idea of a UFO is inherently more captivating than a prosaic explanation like a missile test. This desire for explanations, coupled with the dramatic nature of the event, makes the UFO narrative particularly sticky and compelling, especially in the absence of clear, credible alternatives. Social media platforms, such as Weibo and WeChat in China, acted as both an accelerant and a breeding ground for this UFO narrative. In the immediate aftermath of the incident, these platforms became the primary conduits for information dissemination. Eyewitness accounts, photos, and videos, often unverified and taken in haste, spread like wildfire. This rapid, decentralized flow of information, while offering a real-time glimpse into public reaction, also created an environment ripe for unverified speculation and misinformation. Without traditional gatekeepers or fact-checking mechanisms in the initial hours, every theory, no matter how outlandish, could find an audience and gain traction. Crucially, the algorithms of these platforms often amplify content that generates high engagement, clicks, shares, and comments. Sensationalist headlines, dramatic videos, and emotionally charged discussions about UFOs naturally tend to outperform more nuanced or skeptical analyses. This algorithmic bias can inadvertently push the UFO narrative to the forefront, making it appear more prevalent and credible than it might otherwise be. The echo chambers created by these algorithms further reinforce existing beliefs, making it difficult for alternative explanations to penetrate the dominant narrative. Finally, the geopolitical dimension adds another layer of complexity. If the Shandong incident was indeed a missile intercept test, its timing and public visibility could be interpreted in several ways. Was it an intentional message to other nations, a subtle demonstration of China's advanced defensive capabilities? In the high-stakes world of international relations, such displays of military prowess can serve as a form of deterrence. Conversely, the UFO narrative itself could be seen as a convenient distraction. By allowing the public to focus on extraterrestrial possibilities, attention might be diverted from more sensitive topics, such as the specifics of China's missile programs, or the implications of such a test on regional stability. Regardless of its true nature, The incident over Shandong became inextricably linked to a larger global conversation about advanced technology, national security, and the enduring human fascination with the unexplained. The Shandong incident, a night etched into the collective memory of millions, remains a compelling case study in the intersection of unexplained phenomena, public perception, and geopolitical realities. While the most plausible explanation, supported by the available visual and auditory evidence, a luminous object, the two distinct bangs, and the lack of official confirmation, all contributed to a fertile ground for speculation. This event serves as a powerful reminder of several critical aspects of our modern world. Firstly, it highlights the public's enduring fascination with the unknown and the extraordinary, a psychological predisposition to seek out the most dramatic explanations for unexplained events. Secondly, it underscores the rapid and often unverified spread of information via social media, where algorithms can amplify sensational narratives, sometimes overshadowing more grounded analysis. Finally, it brings into sharp focus the geopolitical implications of advanced military technology, where a nation's demonstration of capability, even if unintentional in its public perception, can send subtle or overt messages on the global stage. The sky over Shandong may have cleared, but the questions it raised continue to resonate. What do you think about this video? Drop a comment down below, and if you've enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and help us grow the community. Thanks for watching.